All right, shalom, shalom. I want to come with this quick hit, but I was meditating on some. Man, it's a lot, but I was meditating on this. That all right, like when you first come in the truth, you tend to be all over the place, right? Because you're trying to get a foundation. All right, and let me just use my experience that I had when I first came into the truth. You wake up, you go through the phases, right? You find out you're Israelite, so you rejoice about that, right? So you're happy. But that's where a lot of people stop at. You know what I'm saying? And they go buy them some fringes and they, half-ass celebrate, the feast days, and that's it. And they still try to mesh it in with the world, right? And that's it. That's the whole conclusion, right? To most of these people. And you can see certain of these camps, that's the spirit that's on them. They're comfortable in captivity and they cool with being ruled over, right? Under the so-called white man, it's fine to them. As long as they can continue to do what they doing, one foot in the world, one foot in the truth, because they not really in the truth. One foot, one foot kind of sort of in the truth, and the rest in the world. You got certain of these men, right, that's talking about smoking weed is okay, right? And that's wicked as hell, man. Because you're not supposed to, if you come out the world, you're not supposed to partake in the world. Now we're gonna go off, but things that you can control, you need to get rid of those things, man. All right. But it's a lot of madness going on right now. But I want to get into this. When you first come into the truth, right? It's like stages you go through. Let me speak for myself. All right. But when you start to get more knowledge, and let me say this, the proper knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you start to understand that these people in this world they don't know nothing, right? They might know some worldly knowledge, but they don't know any spiritual knowledge, the correct spiritual knowledge. Because as we all, thought, that we knew the Bible or whatever, we had some kind of understanding, but we come to find out that when we woke up, we didn't. When you start to really understand, like to get it, you start understanding that you really don't know nothing. That's why the scriptures say you have to be reborn. Now, brothers and sisters that's been in the truth for a while, you understand what that truly means, right? Because when you first waking up, you kind of it's like a tug and war, tug and war going on with you spiritually because what you comfortable, what you was acclimated and indoctrinated to believe, that's gonna tug against, the truth, right? And it's a very delicate situation that, when you first come in, it's kind of make or break, man. When you first come into the truth, you wake up, you find out you're Israelite. From that point on, it's like you treading a very thin line. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. And they don't understand how dangerous the truth is. Because now the Lord is going to hold you accountable to certain things if you know them, right? But anyway, but this is the contentious nature that most of our people, when you like dealing with them, right, on the scriptural level, right? Now that we've been built up, we know these people don't have no understanding of what they talking about, a very, very little understanding, not enough to even, what I'm saying, hold a competent conversation. Because when we start going to high level things, we'll lose them, right? And it's no glory on us. It's through the Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah gave us that understanding. But as we see these people don't know much when it comes to the spiritual things, or sometimes they just don't know anything. But what happens though? Pride kicks in on these people, right? And they start to spew their madness of what they think they know. They don't know what they think they know is a lie. And when you tell them it's a lie, they get defensive and they get emotional, right? All right, especially a woman, she'll completely bug out on you, man. All right, and America has created a culture when you can't tell these women shit, right? They get offended because these women have been pacified and glorified and worshipped in this society. And now the fucking dust is selling, and it's fits to be a lot of people's get their feelings hurt, man. Right? Because this truth gives you back your manhood, right? But anyway, I say that to say this. America has created an environment of a bunch of, that's Isaiah 60:2, it said, gross darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. So the people are submerged in complete ignorance. But you try to talk to these people, everybody got an opinion when it comes to the Bible. Everybody want to lay their 2 cents in, but they don't know shit. But you try to tell them they don't know what they're talking about, they're going to go back and forth with you like they do know what they're talking about. But again, when you get on a certain level, you understand that it is what it is, right? We understand that these people don't know what's going on, but they think they know what's going on. And that's a scary place to be, right? And that's a scary, scary place to be. If when you think you know something, but you really don't know it, and that's a fool, right? And most of these people are into folly. They foolish, full of folly, and they cannot be taught because they so brainwashed, man. And in a lot of cases, they so indoctrinated that they brain to operate on they don't have an open mind to even expand out of their box. And that's a scary place to be at as well, because that means you brainwash, right? It's you finish. But this is what we see coming to the truth. Everybody think they know something about the Bible, but they don't know shit. All right, or they have very little understanding. And a lot of times, these people not like we like Bible scholars, right? That's when we start to learn, in GMS, it's very, very thorough. It's like going to four. I made this example to a brother. I said it's like going to 4 Ivy League colleges, but it's Harvard, Cambridge, Yale, and it's one more, like these Ivy League schools at one time, because you getting a history, you becoming a historian, you start to understand the origin of words, these Bible commentaries, you start to get into all kind of geography, archaeology, you get into all these things, man, that you never thought you'd be into. And it does elevate your understanding to another level. So when these people deal with us, they think we it's an equal playing field. They don't know they dealing with the spirit, right? We literally on another level, and it ain't no, like I said, it's not no glory. I'm not saying this to boast and brag, because at the end of the day, we would have all been through if we had the Lord wake us up. So we can't get proud. But I'm saying this to make a point that these people don't know nothing spiritually, or they know very little, and what they think they do know, they don't have a clue. These people ain't looking up words. They ain't going into the Bible and breaking the words down in the Hebrew or the Greek. They ain't doing that, right? And what does that do? Limit their understanding. A lot of these words is in the English. When you break the word down in the Greek or the Hebrew, it has a different meaning, or it has a different understanding, right? So it's a lot of things that goes into this truth, right? And everybody's a Bible expert. They got an opinion about the Bible, but this is the way of the world. This is what the so-called white man has. This is the environment he's created. A very opinionated, bugged out society. And Jake don't know shit. Jake ain't even have enough sense to put a belt up and pull his goddamn pants up, right? Most of these Jakes. And Jake, we got Jake figured out. Jake just want to be comfortable in America. He don't mind being ruled over. We have a ruling class mentality. Jake just want to go to work, get off work, roll my blunt up, right? Go get on the video game and watch Netflix, right? And bullshit around. And on the weekend, do the same thing. Jake living for the weekend. To go trick some money off, right? Get drunk, get high, and rinse and repeat the process again. Jake might, set foot in the so-called church, right? And that's witchcraft too. So Jake trapped on all ends, man. Right? And we do actually feel sorry for our people. But when you're doing wickedness, it is what it is. You get what you get. But it's a lot of different traps in this world. And a lot of these people under a delusion, man. It's just what it is. All right? But the spirit here, I was like, man, it's heavy. Because this the resistance that we get. It's like we attract a lot of demons, man, because demons are attracted to us, right? Because we got the truth. We got the light. That's gonna make these it's like it's like going and stirring up a ant bed, right? They're gonna start coming out everywhere. It's like that's what this truth is. It stir the demons up, man, in these people, right? You go on these comment boards, you got some of the most bizarre, bugged out people that be on these comment boards, man, spewing their madness all over the place, right? It's a lack of discipline on these with these people, man. So they just say the first thing that come to their mind. They don't look before they leap. They don't research things. All right. If you want to hide something from a Jake, just put it in the book, right? Jake could use the book to bust the blunt down on, but he won't read the book. And that's the typical Jake. But Jake, this be the same Jake, right, that be going back and forth with you fervently, you know what I'm saying? Going hard body, right? Like he's put that work in. Jake don't know shit. That's one of Jake's problems, man. And just these people in general, because Edomite's stupid as hell too, right? And really, you stole everything from Jake. With Jake that got a little smarts or whatever. You stole all the shit from Jake and then you repackage it like you the one came up with it. So you devil stupid as hell too, man. Right? And don't even talk about dealing with a woman in the truth. If your woman ain't right, this what you're gonna be seeing. Back like this picture right here, back and forth. And that shit gonna drain, it's gonna wear you out, man. It's gonna drain you out. Right? And I see, while the scripture says for some men, it's best to don't even deal with a woman, man. But that might not, that's probably not going to, let me say it like this. That ain't for every brother, but some brothers be at that point in their life, man. Right? But these people everybody got an opinion when it comes to the Bible because this is the culture that the so-called white man set up. But they don't know anything. And again, as we be in this truth, growing our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding every day, we start to understand that these people don't know nothing. And they operating out their own emotions and their own folly, right? And a wise man or woman, it's just like, I'm gonna give you an analogy. Let's say you driving, right? And you lost. You don't know where you at. You got somebody in the car with you. They know where they at. They know where you at. They know how to get to where you're trying to go. Wouldn't it be wise to listen to that person? Because you don't know. Say your GPS not working, right? Your phone is dead, whatever. It would be wise to listen to that person and take their counsel, right? And take their directions, right? So you can get to your destination. But what a fool gonna do? Nah, man, I got it. Right? And this dumbass be driving in circles. Right? So that's the analogy, man. If you don't know something, you need to get educated on, man. And people understand that on certain things in the world, but the same things applies to this truth. All right, when you come in the truth, you gotta scrub everything, even your own goddamn opinion, because that don't mean nothing. You gotta scrub everything, start from scratch, and start to develop yourself. And anything you do in life is gonna be a learning curve. But these people lose their goddamn mind when it comes to the scriptures, man. Why? Because this environment facilitates their folly. All right, but that's it, man. Hopefully this was edifying. See you on the next one. Shalom.